Welcome back, everyone. Last time we sort of painted a broad picture of Sword of Justice.
That's right. This amazing MMORPG that's coming up.
Yeah. And today we're really getting into the nitty-gritty. We're exploring the unique classes.
Indeed. The goal today is really to help you figure out the playstyles, the mechanics of each class you can play at launch.
Exactly. We want you to find that class that just, clicks for you.
Yeah.
Because the whole idea here is letting you shape your own path.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just a quick heads up, you'll have to bear with us on some of the skill names.
Oh, yes.
They're still kind of cooking up the official English version, so we're using descriptions, maybe direct translations sometimes. It's all part of the fun, right?
It really is. And honestly, translating these complex martial arts ideas and skills, it's always tricky.
I bet.
But what's really exciting about Sword of Justice, it's not just the names, it's the actual innovation in the combat.
Totally. Get ready, because some of these mechanics are genuinely inventive. They really shake up the usual MMO roles.
Yeah, before we jump into specific classes, maybe we should touch on the basic controls and the game's philosophy there.
Good idea. Lay the groundwork.
So, Sword of Justice uses this hybrid system. It's got action targeting and tab targeting.
Right, so you can choose cursor or no cursor.
Exactly. It gives you the freedom. You pick what feels better, not what the game forces on you. It's about preference.
And the skills themselves, they look incredible. You mentioned innovation. Are the animations just as, well, amazing?
Oh, absolutely. Visually, it's stunning. Just beautiful, cool animations. But the real innovation, I think, is the player agency.
Okay, how so?
Well, get this. Every skill can be changed. Not just your big ultimates, I mean everything.
Wait, every single skill? Seriously?
Seriously, it means build diversity is huge. You can really tweak your character based on, the current meta or what your team needs.
Yeah.
You're not locked in from day one.
That's massive. No rigid builds. How does that impact things like balance, especially in PvP? Seems like it could get complex.
It definitely raises the skill ceiling. You need to understand matchups, counter builds. It keeps things dynamic. And many of these skills, including ultimates, you can get freely or through their gacha system.
Ah, the gotcha element, like random rewards.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
Adds a bit of chance to getting certain skills.
Yeah.
Plus, you've got 2 support slots. One's for hero skills, things like heals, counters, perfect dodges, CC.
CC, crowd control, right. Stuff that stops enemies.
Exactly. And the other slot is for martial arts you find out in the world, doing quests, exploring. They offer unique utility.
Wow. Okay, and what about roles? Can classes switch things up? Like, can a DPS suddenly tank?
Well, most players will probably stick to one role, tank or healer. But yes, some classes do have the flexibility to switch if the team is really in a pinch. It allows for adaptation on the fly.
Incredible freedom. All right, let's dive into the first class there. The Nightwaker.
The Agile Assassin.
Yes. Your classic DPS, physical damage, uses a longsword. If you like being sneaky and hitting hard, this sounds like it could be for you.
That's the one. Nightwakers are all about high critical hits, keeping up pressure with continuous attacks, and their mobility is just extreme.
Fast in, fast out.
Precisely. Plus, they can turn invisible, great for escaping or setting up a surprise attack. And some skills even have invincibility frames moments where you just can't take damage. Makes them very slippery.
Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting with them. Their basic attack, it's not just click, 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 click. It's a 9-hit sequence.
Mm-hmm. It's very fluid, almost rhythmic.
Right. And it finishes with this big shadow wave. It feels less like mashing buttons and more like, I don't know, performing something.
And building on that, they use these replica shadows too for assisted strikes. Doubles the hit sometimes.
Shadows hitting alongside you. Cool.
Yeah. And their skills are pretty innovative. They can throw out energy blades and you can adjust where they land.
Oh, ranged options too. Nice.
Yep. And they have this dash/move that gets faster the more you chain it with other abilities. Then there's the Shadow Clone.
The clone! Tell me about the clone. Sounds amazing.
It is pretty powerful. It mimics most of your skills. It's effectively doubling your output, and it gives you extra dashes for even more mobility.
A mimicking clone with extra dashes. That sounds like chaos potential in PvP. How is that even balanced?
Well, that ties into their spirit energy system. You build up 5 points by doing certain attacks.
Okay, like a resource.
Exactly. And spending these points empowers your main skills, makes them hit way harder, rewards aggressive play. And then there's the Dream State gauge.
Dream State?
Yeah, it's like a temporary burst mode.
Yeah.
You trigger it with specific combos, and suddenly your damage goes through the roof for a short time. High risk, super high reward.
Ooh, I like that. demands precision, keeps you on your toes, trying to hit that burst window.
Definitely. And defensively, they have a skill called Decipher. It's an invisible teleport, but it also breaks crowd control like stuns, a crucial escape tool.
So much good stuff. But they must have weaknesses, right? No class is perfect.
True. They generally lack strong crowd control options. It's mostly about damage and evasion.
And I heard they're tough to play well.
They are. Definitely have a high skill ceiling. You need really precise timing and understanding of the flow to get the most out of them.
Okay, makes sense. Let's move on to the Celestune. Long-range DPS, uses internal energy, and wields a zither, like a battle musician.
Pretty much. They're essentially the mage class. High burst damage, really good crowd control, very versatile, good in PvE dungeons and PvP fights.
And easy to learn, you mentioned.
Relatively, yes. They're often recommended for players new to this kind of magic system.
What makes them stand out is this elemental system, right? Fire, ice, wind.
That's the core. Skills build up stacks of these elements.
And the stacks unlock special attacks. It's like playing a musical instrument of destruction.
Kind of, yeah.
Right.
What's neat is even your basic attacks can change element depending on the last skill you used.
Yeah.
It creates this really dynamic flow.
Oh, interesting. So you're constantly adapting.
Exactly. Use a Phoenix Fire skill, you get fire stacks. Maybe you can then call down fire from the sky. Use a wind skill, get wind stacks, maybe unleash wind waves that also boost your speed.
Speed boost. Nice for repositioning.
Yeah. They also have chained ice projectiles, and one really powerful skill just instantly gives you stacks of all three elements, sets you up for a huge burst combo right away.
Instant setup, so you're weaving elements, controlling the battlefield. Very cool design. What about defense? Mages are usually squishy.
They are quite fragile, that's their main weakness, but they have this unique defensive skill where they basically freeze themselves solid for a moment.
Freeze themselves.
Yeah, become invincible briefly, and it also freezes any enemies right next to them. High risk, needs perfect timing, but can save you.
A self-ice block that freezes enemies too. Clever, but still fragile overall.
Definitely. Low survivability, not much mobility either. Positioning and timing are absolutely key for a Celestune player. You rely on that burst and CC to keep danger away.
Got it. Glass cannon territory. Okay, let's shift gears to the Ironclad, the big guy.
The rock of the team.
The game's only dedicated tank class. Physical damage, uses fists and gauntlets. If you want to be the one soaking up hits and protecting everyone, this is your jam.
Absolutely. Their survivability is top-notch. They're essential in pretty much any group content, PvE or PvP. They control enemies, keep the boss focused on them, manage aggro.
And they have different modes, right? That sounds interesting for a tank.
Yes, that's a key feature. They can switch between defense mode, which is pure tanking, and attack mode, which lets them focus more on DPS. It changes their skills, their stats.
Huh. Does that mean they end up being okay at both, but not great at either, like a jack of all trades? Or does it actually work well?
That's a fair question. It actually demands a lot of strategic thinking. You need to know when to switch. In terms of skills, they have rapid punches, big jump attacks, and the classic roar.
The tank roar buffs allies, debuffs enemies, grabs aggro.
Exactly. Vital skill. They also have a versatile dash that ends in a kick and some powerful multi-hit kicks. And they build fury.
Fury gauge, how does that work? Just hitting things.
Hitting things and taking hits. So being in the thick of it actually fuels your power. It rewards you for actively tanking and engaging, letting you unleash stronger attacks or use defensive cooldowns. It's a great feedback loop.
Oh, cool. Taking damage makes you stronger. Love it. What about their shield?
They have a shield skill, yeah. And it works differently in each mode. Lasts much longer in defense mode, obviously. You can even use the shield activation to dash forward.
Nice utility. And their ultimate is probably huge AoE damage.
Pretty much, yeah. Big area of effect slam.
And the fun fact, Ironclad is male only at launch.
That's right. But female Ironclads are planned for about 6 or 7 months down the line.
And they might give out free gender change potions. That's good news for people waiting.
It is. But yeah, playing Ironclad well means taking on a lot of responsibility, especially in dungeons. You need to know the mechanics, position correctly. Failure can mean wiping the whole team.
High stakes. Requires versatile builds, too, I imagine, for both tanking and DPS moments.
Definitely. You need to be adaptable.
Okay, let's talk Bloodstrom. The Spearmaster, DPS, CC, support, physical damage. I heard these guys are the real PvP stars.
They're very strong in PvP, yes, due to their crowd control, mobility, and especially their health regen. They're masters of combos, really good at locking down opponents.
But can other classes compete in PvP? Or is Bloodstrom just dominant?
Oh no, every class can be good in PvP. It really comes down to player skill, the build, knowing your class inside and out. Bloodstrom is popular, but not unbeatable. They actually aren't super tanky if their regen skills are on cooldown. You can burst them down if you catch them at the wrong time.
Good point. Manage those cooldowns. But the coolest thing about them for me is that basic attack system. It's like Monster Hunter, right?
It is. The order you input left and right attacks changes the move.
So left-right might be an upward jab, but right-right-left is like a parrying sweep. That's so inventive. It lets you really sculpt your combos on the fly.
It adds a fantastic layer of depth and player expression, yeah. Beyond that, they have a skill that gives damage reduction while you're casting at a bit of temporary tankiness, and a projectile skill that builds stacks.
Plus, pulling and controlling enemies. Sounds like they dictate the fight.
They often can. And here's something unique. Bloodstrom is the only class that can actually ride their horse during combat.
Wait, really? In combat? That's wild. Huge speed boost, great for chasing people down in open world PvP or just moving around fights.
It adds a whole new dynamic to their movement and engagement. For support, they have this health recovery aura, flame aura, and importantly, it can't be interrupted, just constant healing ticks.
Uninterruptible healing. Nice.
Yeah, and a team buffing flag, mostly for PvE, plus a last stand, passive. If their health gets critically low, they get a temporary shield, gives them a chance to recover or finish the fight.
Clutch survival mechanic. What about their ultimate?
It's a big jumping attack, makes them invincible during the leap, and in PvP, if it hits someone, it traps them, and you, inside a stone arena.
A forced 1v1. Huh. I can just hear people yelling on comms, dude, don't trap me in there with the tank.
Laughs.
Huh.
Yeah, you definitely need to aim it carefully. It can lead to some awkward situations if you trap an ally or the wrong enemy.
Hilarious. Okay, moving on to the Numina. The Minion Commander. Long-range DPS, internal energy, uses a soul lamp. Sounds intriguing.
They are. A mage class, but they fight alongside a minion. They have pretty high DPS, and the combos aren't overly complex to pull off. Strong CC and debuffs, too.
And surprisingly tough for a mage.
Surprisingly so, yes. Good mobility, and they have a really strong shield skill, which makes them hard to pin down, especially in PvP. Their minions can be incredibly annoying to fight against. They track enemies, have CC.
Minions. And I heard these minions are kind of unique lore-wise.
Yeah, the description is they're like spirits or dead persons brought to semi-life with medicine as a bit of a darker, interesting flavor. And you can get different types, male or female, with slightly different roles.
And you can dress them up. That's the best part. A little battlefield fashion show while you sling spells.
It's a nice touch.
Yeah.
Skill-wise, they shoot rapid energy projectiles, often boosted by the minion. Big energy blasts. And they have this really cool skill that releases energy that actually follows you as you move.
Follows you. Can you control it?
Yeah, you can even rotate it as it follows you, letting you aim it dynamically. Very unique. Their shield is key for survival, and they offer a team buff, too. Boosts crit damage and movement speed.
Handy buff. What about that charming skill I read about? Mind control.
Sort of. It lets you manipulate certain NPC enemies like mini-bosses in dungeons, turn them to fight for you briefly.
Oh, cool. Does it work on players? Or main bosses?
No. That's the catch. It doesn't work on players or major bosses, so its utility is a bit limited, cool as it is.
Okay, so no charming the enemy team leader. Got it. What's their ultimate?
It's called Black Hole. Pulls enemies in, then launches them away. Big AoE disruption and damage. Oh, and they can fly?
Fly, like properly fly.
Briefly, yeah. It's another unique mobility aspect, offers some interesting tactical options.
So, main challenge is just that the charm skill isn't universally useful. Still sounds like a really fun, visually interesting class.
Definitely. Okay, last one for launch. The Sylph.
The healer, the only dedicated healer class, internal energy, uses a cloth ribbon and has a cute spirit fox companion.
The fox is adorable. It just follows you around.
It really is. So, being the only healer, Sylphs are going to be in super high demand, right?
Yeah.
Huge responsibility.
Absolutely crucial for any team. And yes, it's a high responsibility role. You need to be constantly aware, managing skill ranges, keeping everyone topped up. It can be stressful, but very rewarding.
How do they make healing feel active, not just standing back and clicking health bars?
Well, the big thing is they can switch stances,
Yeah.
just like the Ironclad. They have a healing stance and an attacking stance.
Ah, so they're not just heal bots. They can fight back or add control. That's a great innovation for a healer.
Exactly. It keeps them engaged. In heal mode, their basic heals build up butterfly stacks. When the stacks are full, it automatically triggers an AoE burst heal. Nice passive support.
Auto healing. Cool. What about active heals?
They have shields for allies, healing zones you can place, strong single-target heals for emergencies, and even a dancing skill that heals everyone around them in an AoE. Looks quite graceful, too.
Dancing healer, nice. And attack mode?
Different basic attacks, obviously.
Yeah.
And they get CC skills. They can force enemies to dance, shoot butterfly projectiles, use their ribbon like a whip to stun.
Whip stun.
And they have an AoE vortex to pull enemies together, which is great for setting up your DPS teammates.
Pulling enemies in, that's usually a tank thing. Very versatile. And their ultimate, more dancing.
Yep, another dancing ultimate that provides continuous AoE healing.
And the fun fact here, similar to Ironclad, Sylph is female only at launch.
Correct. But male Sylphs are expected about 3 months after release, potentially with those free gender change potions again.
Good to have options coming. So the main challenge for Sylph is the stress, keeping everyone alive.
That's a big part of it, yeah. High stress, high responsibility. Also, the controls can be a bit different. On PC, mouse targeting party members is generally recommended for efficient healing. Mobile has touch targeting, of course. It really makes you ask yourself, are you ready for that level of multitasking, keeping the team alive while potentially weaving in attacks or CC?
That is a lot to juggle. But a skilled Sylph sounds invaluable. A really active take on healing.
It really is. And just quickly, looking ahead.
Oh yeah, the future class.
Right. About 6 months after launch, they're planning to release another class. The name isn't confirmed in English yet. Might be Dragon Roar or Dragon Song.
And they use swords.
Light and heavy swords, yeah. So, something else to look forward to for Blade fans down the line.
Awesome. Always good to know more content is coming.
Seems like they have a solid plan to keep things fresh.
So, wrapping this all up, what does this mean for you, the listener? It means Sword of Justice has an incredible range of classes, seriously deep.
There really seems to be something for everyone.
Yeah. Whether you want that fast assassin, the elemental mage, the unkillable tank, the tricky spear master, the minion commander, or the vital healer, you can find a fit. The game really gives you the tools to create your own martial arts style.
And thinking about all these unique mechanics we've discussed, what innovative gameplay element are you most excited to try out? Is it the identity of a class, like assassin or healer, that draws you in? Or is it more about these specific innovative combat systems?
Ooh, good question. Something to chew on while you decide who you'll be. If you enjoyed this look at the classes, please do hit that like button and subscribe. It genuinely helps us out a lot in bringing you more chats like this.
Yes, thank you for tuning in with us today.
We really appreciate it. We'll catch you in the next one.